What is it with these like take streamers like Xander Hall Wash, etc., who eat meat and like who get incredibly uncomfortable when challenged with the very simple notion that veganism is objectively correct? Like you can't, doesn't matter if you eat meat or not, you can't contest that. And then they just embarrass themselves. Like every single one of them just embarrasses themselves. Debating veganism with Xander Hall. Okay, let's see. Like, where does he say that it's okay to eat humans if they're not intelligent?
Some intelligence threshold somewhere in between cows and dolphins.
Mm-hmm. And this intelligence threshold, I don't think basically any human falls below. Like, even if you're like some severe mental disability, I don't think you would fall below it.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I've had people bring up, like, I don't think you would do this, but I've had people...
So he thinks that, like, what makes it ethical to kill an animal is that it's not intelligent enough. Xander Hall, I got news for you. By that measure, it's ethical to eat you. Ethical Xander Hall consumption confirmed by his own standards. That makes it 100% legal.
Say, oh, then what if a human was, like, really mentally disabled? Would you be fine killing them? And I'd be like, well, no, but, yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Well, no, but yeah. Well, no, but yeah. Well, then... Well, no, but yeah. Like, all of these people who debate against veganism just do it because they have, like, this really primal need to defend their own habits. Because, you know, they eat meat, obviously. So they want to defend the fact that they eat meat. They don't want to feel bad about the fact that they eat meat. And that's where they're arguing from. Whereas vegans aren't arguing from this position of some sort of need to defend their own bad habits. Like, it's an argument that comes with a pre-made conclusion, so that they're inevitably going to run into fucking stupid scenarios like this where they try to justify their own bad habits. That's basically what it is. Where they try to justify what is just objectively a morally incorrect position. That's what I mean. Like, I've seen, like, Vorsh arguing against veganism with incredibly stupid arguments. Doesn't surprise me that Xander Hall, who's even stupider than Vorsh, does it as well. It doesn't matter if you're vegan or not. Veganism is the objectively morally correct position. There's a difference between acknowledging that it's the morally correct position and not adhering to that morally correct position. A lot of us do things that are not objectively morally correct. But the thing is, like, the average meat eater can't acknowledge that, even though there's literally no way to sustain their position. So they just end up embarrassing themselves live on stream over and over and over again as they try to make arguments that are based on absolutely nothing but their own sort of innate desire to feel like their own habits are correct, or at least justifiable. Veganism is not a lifestyle. What does that mean? Veganism is inherently political. The lives of animals are inherently political. The livestock industry is inherently political. All of these are political issues. Like, what is not political about the fact that the livestock industry not just is like a literal never-ending holocaust of animals, but is also incredibly negative for the world and is just completely not needed in any way, shape, or form. See, if you think vegans are annoying, it's because they challenge you. They challenge your shitty fucking habits. They challenge the fact that you are weak, that you are a weak-willed individual. And that's what annoys you. It's no different to, like, you know, the sort of visceral reaction that conservatives have when confronted with leftists and they're like, oh, you fucking annoying SJW leftists. That's you about vegans. Yeah, I mean, if you want to eat meat, eat meat. But at least don't pretend that you have some sort of philosophically sustainable position in doing so, because you don't. It's not philosophically sustainable, it's not politically sustainable, it's not morally sustainable, it's not anything sustainable. It's just objectively incorrect. But, you know, just do it. At least own that fact. Be honest with yourself. I eat meat, but I'm not going to sit here and do mental gymnastics to try and tell you that it's a good thing that I should be doing, because it's not. I mean, most plant-based food production is not for human consumption, it's for animal consumption. Animals that will then be killed so that you can eat the meat. So meat is not cheap, and it's also not easy. Meat is far more expensive than the same volume of vegetables or any sort of protein alternative like tofu. It's also far more difficult to prepare, far dirtier to prepare, far more can go wrong in preparing it. Like, the idea that like meat is easy to prepare. Meat has to be cooked like to a very specific point, because if you don't get to that point, it can literally fucking cause you harm. Vegetables, you can literally just wash them and stuff them in your mouth if you want. You don't need to even cook them at all. So the idea that it's easier is absurd. Meat is objective. Like, Cooking chicken is fucking disgusting, man. Especially cooking chicken, cooking like non-well done, red meat. It's disgusting. It's legitimately gross. It takes a lot more effort and a lot more cleanup. Like for the last couple of months, I've eaten exclusively vegan food, like 3 or 4 days a week. It's not hard at all. You go buy some fucking vegetables. Do you not have a shop where you can buy vegetables near your house? Is it that hard? Unless you live like literally in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, USA, where the only place where you can buy food is like the 7-Eleven down the road that has canned food only. You can eat vegan. It's cheaper too. It's not easy if you depend on fast food. If you depend on fast food, who the fuck are you? Who depends on fast food? And don't tell me that it's poor people who depend on fast food. Fast food is expensive compared to cooking. Unless you work like 3 fucking jobs, you literally have no time to cook at all. Doesn't matter if the produce in the store is good quality. If the produce isn't good quality, what makes you think the meat is good quality? What makes you think the canned shit is good quality? Shitty produce is still better. It's not like people. This is what I mean. Like people just look for excuses, right? They look for excuses. The fact of the matter is, every single person in this chat who has the free time to watch some fucking idiot streaming on Twitch could be a vegan. There's no material barriers stopping you from that. The fact is that you don't want to be one. That's why. Like, look, you're just desperately looking for excuses. Desperately searching for excuses that don't even apply to you personally. $6 for a Big Mac meal in the USA. You could cook 3 fucking vegan meals for that price. Give me a fucking break. The idea that fast food is cheap and is an absurd argument. You could make literally 3 fucking meals with that anywhere in the USA. I lived in the most expensive part of Australia, which is just as expensive as any part of the fucking US. And I cooked meals for less than that. And that was with meat too. So give me a fucking break there, man. Like the amount of excuses that you fucking people look for to rationalize eating meat is insane. Just fucking admit, I eat meat because I'm weak-willed. I shouldn't eat meat, but I do it. It's really simple. If I can say it, you can say it too. That's why you eat meat, okay? If you want to eat meat, okay, eat meat. But don't be like, oh, I have to argue that eating meat is ethical, that there's like a moral and an economically sound, politically sound reason for me to eat meat. There's not. We all do shit on an individual basis that isn't morally sound or politically sound or economically sound. Eating meat is one of those things. It's the same thing as like Hassan buying a $3 million house, right? Is it a good thing that we live in a world where he can do that? No, not at all. You don't have to like argue that a world where $3 million luxury houses exist for like a certain rich elite is a good thing just because, you know, you do it.